just a blanket around her and a dirt pile?
The blanket and dirt, yeah. A blanket and yeah. But then I missed something. I forgot something. I'm sorry. I'm so emotional now. I can't help it. Before I got the body out of the car, I pressed her glands to see her neck, to see if there's any heartbeat, pulse. Yeah, it wasn't.
She really did. Or
yeah. She was dead. I forgot that.
You don't have any idea how she was killed?
Not dead, no.
All right. And so then you drove. I assume you both got in the car and drove.
No, he walked away with the shovels, and I stood there praying to God. Praying to God and crying. Remember, I never thought that this was going to happen when I took him. I promise you that. God, this is the most terrible thing that I ever did in my life. And he says to me, come on, Junior. Can't help her now.
So you both drove back to the house, or?
Drove back to the house, right. Yes.
And then what ensued at the house? Any violent altercations, or yelling, or screaming, or whatever?
When we driving by, I said, how can you driving to Coma? And he was directing me. He was directing, when we got to the house, we took my car, my white Chevy Marabou, and then we drove back. He didn't actually give me directions. I don't know where I'm at. As we driving back, I asked him, how could you get me in this position? What did I ever do to you? What's wrong with you? What do you want from me? And he don't talk much. He didn't talk much, He says, I don't remember exactly what he said. I can't remember that. He said something, but I don't remember. It's too long. And then I thought about it. I know in my car, I got an unregistered gun in my car. I thought about killing him then, and because we'd go by, who would find them out there, or maybe the Coma dump or something, which I knew where it was isolated at that time in the 70s. But again, I always stopped thinking of the thought like that, because it's one of the commandments of God, and that's the worst one. Thou shalt not kill. So I didn't do anything.
So you both got back alive, both alive, obviously. And,
yes.
Now, did you keep in contact with this fellow after you got back, or what did you do? I think you mentioned, in case you forget, you mentioned you noticed a license plate, I think I would call the murder car, I guess you'd call it, and you memorized the license plate, I think you told me.
Yeah, but before that, something happened. He mentioned he's going to kill Paul Avery. Now, I don't know who the heck Paul Avery was, so I don't know what, I just kept driving. When I was driving, he mentioned going to kill Paul Avery. I just kept driving. So that didn't affect me then. I found out who Paul Avery was later. So when we got back to the house, I dropped him off at the Broadmoor house. He lived at Mercy Ambulance, but at Broadmoor house he stayed a lot. Now I don't know who the owner was but it wasn't his. He didn't own the car. I mean the house.
But did you do any kind of a check on that license plate?
I had the license plates. I checked that. I had a good memory then. I had the license plates in my mind. Yes, I did. And
what did you find about the light?
Well, when I got back and dropped him off the next day, I told my mother the next day.
Oh, you told your mother? Oh, that must have made her day. I mean.
Well, I had to tell somebody. I can't tell my father. I can't talk to my father. I told my mother. My mother told my father. But I knew the license plates of the car.
Well, I mean, wasn't there an emotional outburst from your parents when?
My mother starts crying, and how could you do this?
And the father.
My father. The next day, my father, he approached me. I don't know where I was that day. I think I was in uniform. Approached me, and can you imagine? He hit me. Hit a cop. But I'm not going to do nothing about it, obviously. Mm-hmm. And he says, you lying? I mean, what's going on? You lying to your mother? How could you? What happen here? Who's this guy? And you're a policeman. And I said, well, it happened, Dad. I don't know. It had happened. And you buried her? Yeah, I did. I don't know what the hell to do. If I turn yourself in, I'm scared of you, meaning my father. I'm scared of the police who's gonna arrest me. I don't know what to do in that position. Remember, I was a marked man because of my father's last name.
All right.
So my father walked away, and I said, well, let me take care of it. Because I know my father had ways of taking care of things. And I said, let me...
That's, something like that needs serious taking care of the...
Well, my father knew important people.
All right.
So...
All right, before we forget and go on to something else, what became the license plate? Did it lead to anything interesting?
Yes, it came back. My father, I couldn't run it. My father gave it to the chief of police. Remember, Coleman's a small town. There's only two men, two cops, me and the chief, and Broadmoor.
Whatever your father wanted, they said yes, sir, and they went and did it pretty much.
Father was not the boss of Coleman. Father was powerful everywhere.
All right.
Not just Coleman. Coleman's a small town.
Type, okay.
I get that straight.
All right.
Father was a very powerful man.
What did he find on this license?
My father came back with the license and the name, and it was Wayne's father, Wilfred, it belonged to. Which I wasn't shocked.
So that would well, sort of suggest that house you were at might have been owned by the family.
Yeah, could be. I don't know who was owned, but I knew, right away, I knew Wilfred had something to do with something here.
All right, now getting back to Wayne, talking about this Avery guy, did anything else of interest come to your attention at that time back in Colma?
Well, I started investigating. I told my father, let me investigate before you do anything. I know this guy's a killer, but let me investigate, please.
What did you find?
Well, I went to Mercy Ambulance, and I never found much there. I just found his application, and he grew up in Sacramento area, and, you know, that's all. And, nothing there.
So it seems like there was nothing, everything was sort of relatively quieting down, and nothing...
No, I went to San Francisco Police Department. I was going to turn him in. I know what to do. Turn him in because at least I was involved, but inadvertently, you know, I was not knowing this was going to happen.
And San Francisco
inadvertently involved, yes. I didn't know this was going to happen, obviously.
San Francisco did what?
San Francisco, well, when I went in, they embarrassed me.
In uniform? You were in uniform, right?
No, I went in plain clothes, I believe. I believe in plain clothes.
They didn't believe, I don't know why they wouldn't believe it, who knows?
I showed them my badge,
all right.
And they laugh at Colma, because Colma's cemetery town. You know, it's two men running it, and Broadmoor police coming in.
I know about a murder, and they just laughed, ha ha ha.
I never said nothing about a murder. I never get to that. He started laughing. He says, Colma. The cop.
And that was enough to turn you around and say bye-bye, baby, essentially.
They call me the cop of the dead. So embarrassed me, so I left.
All right.
Now, you have to remember, when I said this, I want people to understand this. Colma has two-man police force, but Broadmoor, which is unincorporated, they patrol at weekends and at nights. We have a contract with them. There's not a city, it's a police district, Broadmoor. Okay.
Did you ever socialize with Wayne after that?
Well, I don't know what to do. I know I'm going to kill again. I don't know what to do. I can't turn him in. Can't kill him. I mean, what's left? I just watched him as much as I can.
Did you have the guts to go to a shooting range anymore with this guy? He's got a gun and he knows you know something that could nail him. And did you stay away from the shooting range or what?
No, I just like nothing happened. It's the only way I can play that I thought I could play the game. I know he got me involved for a reason.